If you're an adult with ADHD, maybe your late diagnosis, the struggles with RSD or mental loops, then this is absolutely for you. I had a client today that I was talking with, and she was sharing with me about how she gets thrown for a loop when plans change, or maybe something happens before bed and then she ends up like tossing and turning and ruminating on the thought, and it really just sets her for a loop. And what she said was, I think this might ruminate from my childhood, so it's probably not anything related to ADHD. It's probably just my traumatic childhood. For me, as a late diagnosis woman with ADHD and complex PTSD, there's so many of these things that could correlate and present the same in our lives. My personal belief is that it is a both and situation where, yes, absolutely 100% mental loops, ruminating, RSD, that's rejection sensitivity dysphoria, all of these things are very strong in our ADHD categories. And also with CPTSD, maybe there's a tendency to hold on to these things because your brain is subconsciously trying to figure it out so you can stay safe. And so I do believe it is the ADHD and it is the CPTSD. It may be something that ruminates from your childhood. If you were constantly having to scan your environment or figure out how to like make things right so that you felt safe. I understand that. I've been in that feeling where, you know, things were very unpredictable. And then we have this false narrative, this false belief that if I can keep everyone feeling okay, if everyone in my life is okay, then I'm okay. And so there is definitely hand in hand things that show up. You know, if you are ADHD, if you have a business, you are going to notice these things show up. You're going to notice these things that are activating for you, whether if that is you're having trouble sleeping, maybe you're ruminating, maybe you are mentally obsessing, tossing and turning. I suggest a few things for my clients that I also use for myself. One is not using your electronics. Those bright screens that are going to be telling your brain that it's time to work, it's time to go, be alert, be awake, be paying attention, not use your phone late at night. I know that can be hard for some of us that are ADHD entrepreneurs and we just want to be working and being productive, checking the boxes, all the things. But two is the circadian rhythm alarm clocks. I use this myself. It emulates a sunset. And so that's actually going to train your mind to be saying, okay, it's time to calm down. It's time to go to sleep. That alarm clock. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about or you want some suggestions, I can put some links in the comments. Put alarm clock and I will send you the link to the one that I have that I absolutely love. It emulates a sunset, which helps my brain to slowly slow down, wind down, know that it's time for rest. And then it also emulates a sunrise. So in the morning, there's like 30 minutes where it starts off really low, it starts to lighten up. And that really helps me as well to train my brain that it's time to work, it's time to get up, it's time to do all the things. And then number 3 is emotional regulation. This takes a little bit of time and practice, but it's going to pay off in the end. When we're emotionally dysregulated, we tend to see the problems more. We tend to obsess. Our brain seems to be on high alert. It's like if you were surprised and you're like, your eyes widen, you kind of like, that's how it is when you're emotionally dysregulated. Your eyes actually make that big bright look because it's scanning for danger. It's scanning for things that could be bad or that you need to watch out for. That's why you go, isn't that crazy? Like our brains are so fascinating. But when you're emotionally dysregulated, you're almost like in the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn mindset, and you're fawning over it. You're mentally obsessing, you're looping. In the end, you are an ADHD business owner, if you are navigating late diagnosis, whether or not this is something that is ADHD or if it's something stemming from your childhood, I say both ands. And I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, does it really matter why? Or do we want to step in the solution and just start finding the systems and the things that work for our unique brains? So hopefully that was helpful. Let me know, what are your guys' ideas, tips, and tricks? What did I miss? Let me know in the comments. Also, do you have experience with this? Thoughts, ideas, what did you hear me say? My name is Val. I am a business coach for ADHD entrepreneurs just like you who want to create not only amazing income, but incredible impact in the world. I love you so much. Bye.